Hello, people of the internet. This is Shaky Jake, and I really need a catchphrase. You are watching Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords, with the restored content modification. Last time on KotOR 2, we finally got contacted by this Chris from the exchange, and we have now basically ended up in the stronghold where the exchange operates, which is the Jek'Tar, to nobody's great surprise. And right now, we're in a place where we should be suffocating from fumes and poison and poisonous fumes and whatever else. But because Obsidian were nice, and because they gave us a breath mask at the very beginning of the game, you can cheapen this entire section out and not have to worry about any of that. Because if I take this off now, and if I move around, I should get poisoned soon. And yeah, if we try and go back to the Jek'Tar, we cannot, so we have to progress through. And there's the poison. So yeah, you can cheat this out just by wearing a breath mask. And this is a bit of a maze, and I'm sure at one stage I used to know what the optimal order was. I used to know what the order was in order to solve this maze, but as I no longer have a photographic memory about this part of the game, we're just going to wing it until we find an exit. But it's a good opportunity to try and get some experience points, so let's see if we can recover some mines and... No, okay, fine. So we're going to do it the lazy way. There's a lot of mines down here, so if you have skill points, you can get some nice experience down here. And I'm sure this isn't the way. I think the way I used to play this was I'd just keep going this way until I found something that resembled an exit. And you can come back on yourself as well, so be very careful. And all these doors will shut behind you every time you open a new one. And yeah, I haven't been playing this for a while because Borderlands got re-released recently with the enhanced version, which essentially gave the game a massive overhaul with regards to textures and playability in the UI and a whole bunch of things. And it's pretty good, actually. I've really enjoyed playing it again. So Borderlands has been distracting me as opposed to recording this because I haven't played Borderlands in quite a few years, actually. I used to enjoy it immensely and then I just stopped playing it. But I haven't played the first one as much as I did the second game. And oh, are we at the exit? Yes, I think we are. Awesome. That wasn't too bad. And we found one data pad. And here's Hanharr and Chris. Well, they won't because Obsidian made it too easy for me. One who does not know the tunnels. Interesting how they spell Jedi whenever Wookiees talk. Or at least when Hanharr talks. Haven't been in a recording mood lately though. Not sure why, I just haven't been, aside from playing Borderlands Enhanced obviously, but I just haven't been in the mood to record until now. So let's play some KotOR 2, because I've missed playing this again. Seems to be a recurring thing with me, where I'll stop playing this game for a bit, then I'll come back to it. I should probably start playing another game alongside this for the channel, just because I'm sure some people want to see some variety. But there we go, we got a boss fight now, which should be slightly modified based on the mod I downloaded. This can be quite a difficult fight depending on who you have as a character. If you have Hanharr, it's really easy. If you have Mira, it's a bit harder, unless if you power level her up straight away. Which I'm going to do. Which I'm sure some people are going to be irritated about. And yes, I don't mind talking over these characters because they're just aliens, and alien speech is very repetitive in these games. Thanks for that, otherwise that would have been a difficult fight. Now the game should let me pick who I want to play as.
That does it, Hanharr. I don't want to kill you, but I will if you don't get out of my way.
I agree with Hanharr. That's not the greatest threat you could have possibly made against somebody with 2 swords. Yep, here we go. So this is where the mod comes in. Now, normally, what you would normally have at this point is the game would automatically pick which party member you were going to have based on how light-sided or dark-sided you were. I've explained this before on a previous part. But if you were light-sided or neutral, you would end up with Mira, who is the canon party member for Knights of the Old Republic 2. If you were dark-sided, you'd end up with Hanharr, who a lot of people don't give enough credit to. Hanharr's actually a really compelling character from the point of view of his backstory and why he's the way he is. Basically, why he's this abused animal who is an abuser in turn. It's a really interesting storyline, and I recommend everyone play with him in your party at least once because of that. I still prefer Hanharr as this sort of, you know, minor antagonist, because you'll see why later on. But we're going to choose Mira because she's my preferred character, despite how compelling Hanharr's story is. So let's do it. And Hanharr's facing the wrong way. This is less dramatic than it should be. Hanharr, you're being antisocial. Turn round. Okay, Mira has become your temporary character. That's a lie. I don't know why the game says that whoever you have is your temporary character, because they end up with you anyway, so I don't know. Mira is our temporary character. Defeat Hanharr, then escape the arena and let the Jedi into Viscris's stronghold, so he doesn't suffocate, even though we've got a breath mask, so it's absolutely fine. I get why Obsidian put the breath mask in, but it really cheapens some of the later parts of the game. Anyway, let's do this. And with guns, obviously. We're not going to do this with... we're not going to punch Hanharr to death, because Mira's not designed for that. So she comes equipped with a rocket launcher which can fire grenades, darts and rockets, and she also does not trigger mines, which is very useful actually. I don't think I ever used the rocket launcher now I think about it. And oh, here we go. What level's Mira? Level 6. Yeah, we're definitely going to level Mira up. But first of all, I want this, which I think I used to... I can't remember if I had that or if Hatton had it, but for now we'll have it. Yes, that will do. Boffin gloves will be fine. Neither of those are great. That would be amazing if I had the Constitution, but the fitness package will do. And a Mandalorian... Yeah, the Mandalorian one will do. Especially considering who we're going up against, because he only ever uses swords, he never switches to guns. And he is really good as a sword combatant. Like, literally, he is really powerful if you have him in your party. If you have Hanharr in your party, he's one of the best damage beasts in the entire game. I'm just looking through. I'm debating whether to have this or this. I might give that to Atom when I next see him, but this will do. And we want guns. So, and I'll show you why we want guns. We want to be a dual wielder, pretty much like my main character. I'm just trying to remember which guns would be good. Okay, heavy sonic blaster will do, and yeah, Luxor's gun, why not? So Mira is light-sided but fairly close to neutral, and let me just close this so we can have the sound back on. If we look at her feats, she's already spec'd to be a gunslinger, just based on how much she prioritises those over sword-based ones. And it's great because it means we can pretty much spec her as a gunslinger, and she's actually going to be probably better than my main character is when it comes to that. Particularly if she's got close combat and precise shot and everything. So let's level her up, because I have played this game multiple times, and you can actually do this with Mira at level 6, but it is very difficult, so I don't recommend it. 5 skill points, what's the recommended going to go into? Yep, that seems reasonable. Let's keep that. Uncanny dodge, I can't remember what that does. Okay, retains dexterity bonus, yep, fine. So first of all, we want more blaster pistol damage, naturally. Attributes, dexterity, that is reasonable. And yeah, we're going to keep dexterity because we want Mira. Mira is basically the best character with guns in this game. Recommended is going to... Did we have... Hold on, wait a minute. Did we have more points? Oh no, we still had 5. Okay. That's fine. I mean, I'm probably going to regret it later because I don't have enough treat injury, but it's fine. So if we level her up to... Oh, I need 2 weapon fighting. I thought she had 2 weapon fighting. Okay, clearly not. So let's do that. Because we want Mira to be good with 2 guns. I could have sworn she was meant to be spec'd as 2 weapons, but obviously not. So let's just put everything up. I'm going to level Mira up a little bit more. Let's say to level 12 and see how we handle it. And the music's disappeared again. And yeah, you can see dexterity at +4 means she's going to wreck everything. Oh no, the music's back. Okay, let's give this a try and see how this goes. Should probably put a shield on because otherwise I'm going to suffer. Come on then. Alright, it's not bad. It's not amazing, but it will do. The good thing is Mira can't blow up mines, but Hanharr can. So if we run through here...
That's another one for me.
One interesting thing about this fight, if you're Hanharr, Mira will actually switch to swords, which doesn't really suit the character. I don't think it suits the character, but she does. The AI for Mira does actually switch to swords, whereas Hanharr will never switch weapons, which I find interesting. And this is going really well, because again, if you don't level Mira up here, Hanharr's incredibly difficult to take down. And he's missing, which is good.
That's another one for me.
And there we go. Easy enough. Sorry to disappoint, Viscous. Wow, that's harsh. Suppose you can keep all the money for yourself, though. I wouldn't call that entertainment. I'd call this torture. You do that, Viscous. You check on the Jedi. That seems fair. You need to find a way out of the pits. Okay, so we got to basically help us out. Now we could actually equip a stealth field generator and sneak out of here, but let's not. Let's just get rid of these calf hounds. It's relatively straightforward. There's just a lot of them. Where's my rocket, actually? I want to use that, but I can't remember how to use it. Where's my rocket? And yes, I am running around in circles. I am aware of this. Oh, wait, no. The rocket is the grenade, isn't it? Let me just check. Yeah, she has a slightly unique animation when it comes to that. Come on. Again, if you don't level Mira up here, this can be a very long fight with loads of calf hounds, and they can rip you to shreds if you haven't leveled up enough. The intention is to just play as Mira for a bit and try and get me back as soon as possible, because with the Force I'd be able to wipe people out a lot more, if there are any people. And I imagine these calf hounds have been starved for absolutely ages, but they're all dead now, so it's not a problem. Heavy blaster, right, that's what I should use instead of that. Even though it's a weaker gun, it looks cooler. So let's grab that. Vibroblade. I think you're meant to pick all this stuff up when you're fighting Hanharr, but as I was running around, I wasn't doing that. And you'll notice the Ubese up here. These guys who look like they've emigrated from the Halo series, they're here. And we're going to have to fight them in a few moments once I've left. Do I have a stealth field generator or any stealth mount whatsoever? Oh, apparently I can use that. Didn't think I could. I thought there was something I could... Oh, wait, no, that was an implant. Okay, I don't have a stealth field generator, but there might be one around here, I think. I think there's one around here. Oh, that circlet thing will be useful for That'll be useful for me, actually. I will wear that once I'm out of poisonous gas. Beast Tender key card. I thought somebody was meant to leave a stealth field generator, but apparently not. Maybe I was meant to smuggle one in. Well, looks like we're doing this the old-fashioned way then. And yeah, I've never actually used the tranquilizer darts or anything the entire time I've played this game. I've never felt the need for them. I probably should use them though at some point. And if you haven't leveled Mira up again, these guys will hit pretty hard. But as I've leveled up a little bit, it's not too bad. Although that was a little... Yeah, that's too much for me. Stop doing that. Yeah, that's too much. I need to level up. And those guys won't switch to guns either because they're spec'ing that. Let's push that up. Let's make Mira fairly balanced. Master 2 weapon fighting, definitely. Again, Mira's not as good as she should be, but eventually she'll be wrecking everybody on the battlefield like that. And you can tell based on Mira's backside here, she's one of the most revealing characters in the Knights of the Old Republic games that you can play as. Let's see if there's anybody else around here. I think I'm going to leave these side doors until I'm back in action.
Harder than stand back. A little harder than I thought.
Okay, can I actually open this? And there's an annoying buzzing sound somewhere. Come on, Mira, do something.
Stand back.
There we go. Had to cheat a little bit there, but it worked. And yeah, I'm luring these guys down here just because it's easier to take them out. And she's tanking hits, which is nice. Let's use this shield up, because why not? See, as you can see, she's doing quite a lot of damage even now, which is good. And that guy apparently didn't mind being shot at repeatedly. Now I can't remember which way I'm meant to go. I'm going to try this way first. Because this looks, based on my memories of this game, that looks like the right way to rescue the Exile. Or at least get him out of poisonous fumes that aren't really threatening him whatsoever. There we go, you're dead. The AI doesn't seem to want to come to me, which is good. Kind of takes the fun out of it, but at the same time it works. It's a nice green room actually though. Nice LED lighting going on. Very mood lighting. Again, these guys don't seem to want to come and fight me, but that works for me. Maybe I could solo this entire place with Mira, but who knows. I think... Is this where I need to go? Somewhere there's basically a switch you have to activate to get the Exile out of there, which is here. But unfortunately, we need to find the override. So what I'm going to do, instead of heading through the complex, because that would be an unwise idea, I'm going to backtrack and I'm going to explore the opposite side. Because it might be closer to here than it is if I went through. Oh look, it's right here. If I try the escape tunnel, again, doesn't work. So let's just trigger that now. And based on the area schematics, there are only two entrances into Visquis's base. One is through the tunnels from the Jet Tar, and the other is a private emergency tunnel. So we're going to open that. And I'm pretty sure that alarm never used to go off in the original release. Or if it did, it was very quiet. Well, who do you think, Visquis? Who do you think opened it? Unless if it was me from the outside. That's right. It is Mira. Yeah, I don't want some nice men to take care of me. I just want to leave. Oh, there's more of them. Probably should have took them all out before then. Look, you're not a hospitable host. You should care if I live or die. I'm very valuable alive, but it doesn't matter because I'm here. And the Master Gunslinger is back in action. So now I don't need the breath mask, and I can put this on, which will give me +5 wisdom. So what's that going to give me? 21 wisdom, Jesus. Oh, and I think you can actually, yeah, you can actually go back in here, which is a little bit strange. If you want to go back in, you can, and the map's completely uncovered now. So if you want to explore the vents, you can. We're not going to do that though. And I need to take these guys out as quick as possible. And apparently they're doing more damage to me than they were to Mira. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. I don't know why I'm taking more damage from them than Mira, but whatever. Oh yeah, that is a problem. It's probably because I haven't put master speed on. That would be a good start. And I haven't used any force powers whatsoever. But thankfully this is easier than the Jet Tower, because when I played that through the last time, that was absolutely ridiculous. I'm not sure why I had so much trouble with it, and I had to basically cheapen that entire section out. But you can get some good gear here, which is always useful. It's nothing special particularly, but it's good gear. Useful gear. I can't remember how Nar Shaddaa plays out after this point, because the restored content mod fleshes this whole part of the game out significantly, and in some cases almost as a detriment to the original game, because the original game I felt had a fairly good pacing despite, you know, for Nar Shaddaa anyway, the game had fairly good pacing despite how several areas were missing. Ooh, double kill, nice. And I felt it was the right length. I think the restored content mod, whilst it makes it slightly more satisfying in some ways, it feels a bit too long and it sort of gets old very quick, whereas in the vanilla release it was paced appropriately. Again, I love this game, but I don't mind criticising it when I feel there's a slight issue with it. And Obsidian, despite their best intentions, did have several issues with this game. And even the restored content mod causes some issues, despite how the vast majority of it is a huge improvement over what Obsidian released, because of time constraints. And I feel that Nar Shaddaa, unfortunately, is one of the areas of the game where the restored content is sometimes detrimental to the overall experience, as opposed to being completely positive. But whatever, it's all good. It's just a lot harder than the original game, because you're forced to play out more combat sequences than the original game. It almost feels like deleted scenes being resurrected into a director's cut in that sense. Oh god, okay, that is a much better version of this. That would be so useful if I actually had Constitution 16. What do I actually have? Oh, one more skill, one more attribute point in that, and I could actually use that. That would actually be pretty useful. Might be able to, you know, disable some mines again. And I've got the same thing again. I've got 2 of these. Also, I might be able to give one of those to my Force user party members, because I've got quite a few now. Who have I got? I've got the Handmaiden, I've got Disciple, I've got Bayador, and I've got Visas, and obviously Kreia. So I've got a good number of them that can wear that. I mean, Kreia can't, but the rest of them can. Boffin Droid Disruptor. Is that a pistol or is that a rifle? It looks like a rifle. Okay, I'll leave that. We haven't actually found any enemies yet. It's been a while. I think it's just because I'm exploring the base and there's nothing actually happening. There we go. Right, I need to go down here, and I need to go here before I explore here and confront Visquis. Because I don't know how much of this I'm going to play tonight. There's going to be something at least. I'm going to play through this section at the very least, but I can't remember how much of it is... how much restored content is brought back into the game after this point, and whether it's played then or not. I've literally forgotten the narrative order of Nar Shaddaa, and that's a problem. That's a problem. Move away. Game, are you going to respond? No? There we go. Right, run away. Quickly. Yeah, again, these guys are doing way more damage to me than they were to Mira, unless if they were being generous to her. Which they might have been, actually. I am tempted to start a new game on this, actually. Not for recording purposes, just for fun. And I want to see if I can, because I haven't done a female playthrough in quite a while, and I want to see if I can do a sort of Rey build, just to see if it's doable. I'm sure it is. So, you'd start off with a double-bladed sword, and then you'd move on to a lightsaber. So you'd have to play a mix of, like, double-bladed sword followed by a single lightsaber, and I feel that would be quite fun. And then be the epitome of the light side throughout, because, Rey doesn't use any dark side powers from what I remember from the sequel trilogy. Which is weird, because I thought The Last Jedi was going to go in a direction where she was, actually going to fall to the dark side potentially, but they sort of did, and then they didn't at the same time. Again, it's been a while since I've watched The Last Jedi. Last time I watched it was when I bought the Blu-ray release this time last year, actually. It would have been April 2018 when the Blu-ray came out, so... yeah, I'm pretty sure it was April it came out on Blu-ray, at least in the UK. I think it came out slightly earlier in the US, but who knows? I'm going off. It's weird. My memory is a bit odd when it comes to stuff that's happened very recently, but I can remember stuff that happened like 10 years ago. It's really stupid. I can still remember the feelings I had when I bought this game for the first time when I was about 13, or approaching 13. I was late 12 at the time. I might have told this story already, but I remember buying this from a very low-key game shop that wasn't from a chain. It was a very independent game shop, and Knights of the Old Republic 2 was new, and it cost me £20. It was either £18 or £20, and to me at that time, when you're 12 approaching 13, 20 quid is a lot of money. So buying this was one of my favourite gaming memories, and I'll probably, I might have to talk about it in more detail at some point, because I have a lot of memories associated with this game and my teenage years thanks to this game. But, that's for another time. Because I'm sure you don't want to hear the story here. Oh, you've used the life support pack, you knob. Have some of that. And yeah, as you'll be able to tell from this part and the last one, we're in a very combat-heavy section of the game. But seriously, the last few parts of Nar Shaddaa are very combat-heavy. And I'm going to have to lower the volume down on the game when I edit this, because otherwise my voice is going to get drowned out by loads of battle music. And I am not doing very well again. Probably because I don't have close combat. And that is a little too close to comfort. I have one of the best shields on and I'm still taking damage, although it's just faded now. Do I actually have close combat? I can't remember. Oh, don't play the combat music again. Although it doesn't matter because I'm probably going to fight somebody. I apparently do not have close combat. Yep, no wonder I'm struggling. I should be doing this from a distance. So watch as the combat music goes, and now it's going to come back the moment I... Oh, no, okay, pleasant surprise. Nobody was in here. Good. Sometimes the combat music gets a little bit monotonous, as awesome as it is, and that didn't work. Skill too low. No. Okay, do I have... Not a gun. Get rid of that. Do I still have the plasma torch? Because I actually need it. I could use a lightsaber, but that would be going against my entire challenge. Although I may have to actually use the lightsaber at some point in this playthrough, because there's a oh, there's the plasma torch. There's certain cutscenes that have been resurrected on the... Ooh, nice gloves. Don't remember what those do. There's a really nice bit of restored content on the Ebon Hawk where you can basically have lightsaber duels with Visas, and you can boost certain skills. Well, not skills. You can boost certain things up. I can't remember what exactly. Oh, restricted to scoundrel. Sneaky. I wonder if Atten can use that. Yeah, actually he can, because I haven't talked to him yet. So good. That's excellent. I'll give those to Atten when I get the chance. So now that we've explored that side, and you can see Viscris just standing here, wondering, where's the Jedi at? Where's the Jedi Exile at? He should be here by now, but instead I'm just slaughtering his servants. High security door, but it was easily opened by me. I had more trouble with a locker than I did that door. The priorities are a little bit odd. Oh my god, why are they taking so much damage off? I need to use the Force constantly, because I feel cheap doing it, but I need to keep using it. Because this seems to be the only reliable way of taking them out. Right, there we go. That should be enough to take you out. Oh, okay, a little bit close. And I've run out of shields, apparently, because of the party swap items there. Isn't this fascinating? You're just watching me walk around this base when I should be confronting Viscris, but once you confront Viscris, I don't think you can ever come back here ever again. I'm pretty sure this is locked off to you. Okay, thank you for that. I really do need to upgrade my rapid shot, because maybe the regular attack's better here for now. Although, to be honest, I'm going to use Master Full Scream as much as possible, because after this I'm not going to be playing as the Exile for a while, if I remember this part of the game correctly. There we go. Again, kids, Master Full Scream is actually really good. But yeah, once I've finished this, I'm probably going to play some more Borderlands, because I'm enjoying that again. And it's a much better game when you've got friends to play it with, and I actually have a lot of trouble playing any game multiplayer, just because, you know, I only play games with certain people. I only play games with people I know, and they don't always fit into my schedule, and I don't always fit into their schedule, and it's inconvenient. And I always had this thing where I always felt guilty about asking people if they wanted to play games with me. I don't know if that's just me. I always felt it was a bit, not necessarily rude, but I always felt that it was a bit... I don't like putting pressure on people to play games with me.
Great. I need to get out of here before Viscris executes me.
Okay, interesting cutscene that I don't remember ever playing before, but if it did, I clearly wasn't paying attention. Oh, okay, the game's just going to cut from the dramatic sequence that's meant to happen there. Okay, fine. Oh, okay, restored content time. So, this expands from the conversation Atten and Bayador had earlier, so who are we going to pick? There's a weird double space here with the disciple's name. That's odd. It just looks odd. No one. Atten does not need a third party member. Who should we pick? I mean, Kreia makes the most sense just because she's the most powerful one, and she'd give us a bit more experience. T3 would also make sense, but we can use him later. Kreia. Let's do it. Oh yeah, we definitely need Kreia because we're weak as hell. Okay, Bayador, you need leveling up badly. Particularly now that you're a Jedi Guardian. I think this is your first Jedi Guardian level up. It's pitiful that you now only have 4 skill points instead of the gazillion or however many points you had last time. Yep, that's fine, okay. Feats. Yep, so it's the first time we've got a Jedi level up. So we now can use a lightsaber, which is nice. I'm just trying to think what toughness. You need toughness. I don't seem to be speccing my party members up to be combat friendly. They're not very good at combat, basically. Heal is useful, and there we go. We got one level up out of KotOR, and for funsies, you can use a lightsaber with a sword, and even though it doesn't really match, you can have a red lightsaber, and you can have this for extra wisdom. And Atten you can equip. Oh, apparently I already had those gloves. Okay, the game's just being very generous with me. Fine, this is going to suck, isn't it? But not with Kreia, because we can just cheap this out. There we go. Oh yeah, we definitely cheapened that. Good thing I picked Kreia.
I hear you.
So, have they got remains? Yes, they have. So, this is one bit of restored content I actually like. It fleshes out that earlier conversation we had in the previous part, or the part before that. Because originally it was sort of left unresolved, but now we actually get to play as all of our party, or some of them anyway. Oh, we've got all of the Nar Shaddaa up against us. So let's take them out. Okay, KotOR, I think you slightly glitched there. I think you did your force jump thing, but it just sort of messed up. Because again, KotOR is a Jedi Guardian as opposed to a Jedi Sentinel, which is still an odd decision in my mind, even though I can see why Obsidian went in that direction. Again, I would have preferred it if KotOR didn't become a Jedi, but whatever. Oh, we got HK droids. Lovely. Oh, they did a lot of damage. Okay, but Kreia can take them out, so that's not a problem. Oh, okay, Kreia can't take them out because I didn't heal. Right, iron grenade time then. But KotOR's now a much beefier character than before, so well done. Right, please get back up, thank you. I don't actually... Oh yeah, the map's completely covered up again because this is treated as a separate module. As you'll be able to notice, if we level Kreia up, as you'll be able to notice, all the usual NPCs have disappeared for this. So that's why, you know, it's classed as a new module, or it's one of the reasons why it's classed as a new module. Right, let's put that up to full. And we might as well level you up again. Why not? Unarmed Specialist, interesting choice, but you can have... No, actually, let's make you have Master Toughness and Master Heal and Force Storm, so Kreia is now a beast. I can't remember where we're supposed to go, so I'm just going to take loads of people out, like this. Because I've resisted having it with my main character. And I have lost so much health with Kreia. Where am I actually going, game? I've literally forgotten. We'll be just taking loads of people out. We might actually be going to find the Jedi Exile. That would make sense. Kreia's leveled up again. Bloody hell. Atten, what are you doing? Oh, HK is fine. Please don't die, KotOR. Thank you. Can't believe Kreia's levelling up this quickly. I might just conserve that one. No, actually that's going to bug me. I'll just level her up now. Kreia's not exactly fragile now. Powers... Oh, we'll go for Drain Life. No, do we want Drain Life? What's going to be more useful long term? Plague would be good. Yeah, let's get her to get Plague fully up. Because if we can poison some people, that would be useful. And before we go anywhere else, let's see if there's more enemies to take out. Because I cannot remember. This can be quite difficult though if you're not prepared, like I wasn't originally. Are all these doors locked? Yes, so we can't actually open them. Right, so we do actually have to... There's only one way we can go, and that is to the docks to try and find me. Yeah, all these doors have been locked, and you can't open any of them anyway, so that's not a problem. Let's just go straight to the docks, and we'll no doubt have more fights with people, and we'll kill said people. Oh, we're back here. Fine. Okay. All that time we were just standing here waiting for this bit. You're the one who wanted to see me, so what did you want? And that's the first dialogue option we've had in this entire part, which is a nice refreshing change of pace. I've been so used to having dialogue choices thrown at me every other minute the last few parts. Oh, you run the refugee sector, not the other guy, whose name I've somehow forgotten. I know his name I kept mispronouncing, but Sakresh, that's the one. Yeah, so you run the refugee sector, not Sakresh. Fine. You want to know why I've caused trouble, do you? Well, because you've all put a bounty on my head. Oh, I get it, you wanted attention. Fine, well, I gave you some, and you're now giving me some. That's a very valid point, actually. I'm looking for some information, I don't really care. What would my PTSD-themed exiles say? I only just arrived on Nar Shaddaa. I couldn't have helped these people any faster. Oh, don't you dare compare me to the Jedi. As true as that is, do not compare me to them. Yeah, he has a really awesome moustache. I don't know how you could miss him. Just out of interest, you hired bounty hunters to track me down. Why? Probably should have asked him about the refugee sector, but let's be a bit selfish about this. Well, that's nice of him. At least I'm worth something. That's a good deal, actually. Interesting plan you've got there. Oh, looks like I'm going to suffocate because I took that breath mask off. Oh no, that's because Kreia taught me about it. It's all good. Yes, Master Chief Clones, attack me. This is a cool sequence, actually. I like this bit. Oh, that's harsh.
While the Jedi remains on Nar Shaddaa, my eyes shall watch him.
Ooh, ominous voice. Oh, you coward.
Enough.
Such a backstabber. Go on, kill him slowly. Yeah, he's going to be selfish about this. He's mine to kill, not yours. Okay, fine, just kill him then.
What an amusing Jedi specimen you are.
Yeah, I've been looking to become a comedian for quite some time. I don't know if you realise that. Being a Jedi is such hard work. Being an ex-Jedi is such hard work. And Atton's here. Hello.
Glad somebody arrived. Saves me the trouble of having to break out of here.
Oh, and apparently Atten can't have this conversation. I have to have the conversation trying to roleplay as Atten. Thank you for this, Obsidian. Really throws me off what I expect. What would Atten say in this situation? Option 2 sounds a bit too formal, so... And you are?
Name's Mira. I've been watching you all stumble around this moon for a while, causing trouble. But now you've got KotOR's attention, and he's the last person you want to have watching you.
And how did Viscris capture you?
I was taken down like an amateur. I've never been inside the Jektar, but they won't catch me the same way twice. You may have defeated Viscris, but you won't take down KotOR so easily. And now he's the one who has your friend.
Oh, it's the only time Atten ever says my name in the full game. We need to find Joan Corral and rescue him.
Well, we can deal with that once we're out of here and someplace safe. Come on, I know one place where they won't find us.
Yay, we gain light side and dark side points. I'm happy with that. And yeah, this cutscene here is from the original game. The Atten and Mira conversation, I think, might not have been. I can't remember. This is an interesting cutscene either way, and you'll see what I mean about Hanharr being a recurring villain from this point onwards.
Awaken, beast. I have saved your life, beast. That makes it mine. Kneel.
Well, technically he already was Kreia. I don't think he had to throw that in his face.
Because I need you to hunt, beast. This prey is something you have chased all your life. You are born and bred to it, like no predator before you. No, that you shall not do. You will not bring harm to the exile, and if you do, beast, I shall break you. The screams of your tribe of primitives, the scene of lying blinded with the huntress's blaster at your skull, I shall make it so that is all you hear and see for the rest of your days. Even your madness will not save you if you bring harm to the exile. Know this.
Bloody hell, that is so grim.
Oh, the life debts of your people, the life debt you have twisted with your hate, I felt it within you. I shall promise you this, beast. Unlike the red-maned huntress, as long as you are loyal, I shall never show you mercy. No pity. But most of all, I promise you an end to your debt. Hunt her, pursue her, kill her, and ending her life will end your debt to me. The pain will pass. I was able to heal some of the wounds, but the rest must remain. You will need that pain when you travel, and it will give you strength for the hunt to come. I will tell you where you must go. If you survive that place, then she will come to you. But first, I must prepare you for what is to come.
Such a great cutscene. And the game just sort of warped me back to Atten and Mira temporarily. Bit interesting, but oh well.
We took out Viscris, but KotOR has him, and that means no bounty for me.
Oh, sucks to be you, doesn't it, Mira? There must be a way to reach KotOR.
The only way to reach KotOR is if we had a Jedi, but now he's got your friend. He doesn't have anybody else he wants captured.
Mira, that was an interesting way of pronouncing KotOR then. I don't know if anybody else noticed it. He's got to be in the Nar Shaddaa system somehow.
He's got a cloaking device. He's the one that arranges the meetings on his ship, and until then, he can't be found. Trust me, if anyone knew how to track his ship, he'd have every bounty hunter and criminal on Nar Shaddaa gunning for it.
I mean, yeah, that's how cloaking devices are meant to work, so it seems to be doing its job quite well. There must be a way. I say we hit orbit and start hunting. That definitely sounds like an Atten line.
If you were hunting for KotOR's yacht, your freighter would be flying blind. Well, unless it was one of Voga the Hutt's cargo ships. Then it would be snapped up by KotOR pretty quick.
Why?
Goto's been preying on Vaga's freighters for a while now. It's the reason Vaga's had to haul his bulk up here to Nar Shaddaa from Nal Hutta. Even with all the traffic around Nar Shaddaa, Goto seems to always know which ones are Voga's, and his ship just snaps them up.
Tracking freighters leaving Nar Shaddaa seems like it would be difficult.
Probably does it by tracking their transponder codes, but no one knows how he's getting them.
So if we got one of Vaga's transponder codes, then Goto's ship might come to us.
I guess. You'd need to get the codes first, then retrofit your ship so it had the right transponder signal. Problem is, Voga's shut down the droid warehouse, until he can find out who's been leaking the codes. You'd have to be a droid to get in there.
Well, it's lucky we have 2 droids, isn't it? Technically 3 if we include the remote.
Before I accept this, I must ask you how you acquired this particular droid.
Yay, it's this guy. I love him.
I see. There should be no problems then. Credits will be transferred to your account as usual.
Oh, it's the champ who pretends to sell T3. I thought it was the other guy who we paid to tell us about Nar Shaddaa or, get attention from the exchange for us. Or get attention for the exchange from us. I don't know. I can't remember the order.
Let's get you to work. Report to C7E3 for assignment.
Oh, I see how it is, game. You're going to make me do work, are you? Wow. We'll deal with that next time, because we can start the next part off by role-playing as the life of a service droid. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.